Alright, guys. Ted Lasso. Season 4 just announced. I saw this, sent it over to Chris.
Immediately. It was like literally, it was just like on a random Saturday during the day. I get a text about Ted Lasso. I thought it initially was fake because, again, we're going to get into the spoilers of the show and everything, but I would say my initial reactions were very mixed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, this is my favorite show of all time. I absolutely love Ted Lasso. We're both just huge, like, Premier League fans and soccer fans in general, and then we're like, oh, this Ted Lasso show is really cool, and we love it. It's amazing. But the way it ended was great, I thought.
It never felt like, after the end of Season 3, it never felt like there's more room to explore with the characters. It literally felt like every character got their own, like, sort of conclusion to the story. Like, every character felt like. But it seems like now, with Season 4, like, we can always speculate and such, but, I mean, so far, it seems like confirmed we have Rebecca coming back. Hannah's the actor. Yeah, Rebecca coming back. Roy coming back, and Leslie Higgins coming back. I love how that's like the one. They got a lot of Higgins up, you know?
I love Higgins, but get him that big contract, baby. Come on, sign him.
I like to picture Higgins as like in some, like, he's actually the entire opposite of his character. He's like in some big mansion. He owns like a lion as a pet. He has like 20 sports cars. I really want that to be the actor.
Incredible.
But yeah, I mean, just. Again, like, this seems kind of like, I don't know if this is more of a Jason Sudeikis wanted to, like, push this, or this is more of an Apple push this kind of thing. Take a bite. You know? Because this is definitely, like, Apple's, I would probably say, in my opinion, this is probably Apple's most successful, like, show or movie they've ever had on their service.
For sure, yeah.
So, like, I don't know what the motivation is for this. Everyone loves money, but I just don't know.
Yeah. It's so tough because after the show ended, there were so many people saying, oh, we need a spin-off of this, a spin-off of that. And I even was like, no, just leave it. Maybe you do like a Trent Krim spin-off, like whatever, but just the way it ended, like, I don't want them to just push more and more random stuff into it. And I agree with you. It's got to be an Apple thing because it's so popular. It ended, 2 years ago now?
Yeah, it's like almost 2 years ago.
It's probably been like 2 years ago, and it's still, like, really popular, and they still have, like, a lot of merchandise stuff, so they're like, we gotta get Season 4, baby! We gotta get Season 4!
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know, because, it seems like, again, with Apple, I know they also did, like, a whole Christmas special with Hannah Wynab. I don't know if you saw that before.
I did,
and they had some Ted Lasso characters in there, so it's clearly Apple is like really, really, they love the Ted Lasso show. Obviously, it being a comedy, it's not something that, like, it's not like a huge action Marvel show that costs like hundreds of millions of dollars that, like, is something they can fully invest into. But yeah, it's like, I've watched a lot of shows, like, you ever seen like Trailer Park Boys? Everybody's ever heard of that show, or any other shows out there where it seems like they end the show, but then another company or the same company picks it back up to, like, do another season after, like, it seemed like it ended, and does not end well when they do that. So I honestly don't. I mean, I have a theory, but I'm gonna save that for a second. But what I guess, like, do you think this is a good thing?
It's really tough because we're both going to get pumped up. I'm gonna tell you this,
the hype's going to be real.
We're going to be pumped up. We're like, Season 4, baby, let's go. And we're going to watch it together probably.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to eat food.
We're going to text about all night, you know. We're going to cry.
Yada.
Yeah.
But from a show standpoint, from a story, I don't like this idea. Plus, I was also reading that, like, not all the characters are really confirmed. Like, I think Jamie Tart, he's working on their projects.
I'm assuming,
and Keely Jones.
Oh yeah, she's got other stuff going on too. She's not some, like, nobody. I have a theory, and also with Nate. They haven't confirmed Nate yet, which is interesting.
Beard is one of the producers and writers. I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, but shout out to Beard. It's weird. He's been out to a lot of. This is all based in near Chicago. The show, and he's actually been to a lot of, like, Chicago sports events, which is weird. 'Cause I had no idea he was Chicago guy, but apparently he is. I mean, he's got the beard for it, I guess,
He
you know?
He does, yeah.
But I have a feeling, I have a theory that I think, I don't know if this is going to be true or not, but I feel like it's possible there's going to be some sort of time jump. Yeah. I think there might be some sort of like time jump, or not even like a year. It could be like 5 years.
5 years ago, we lost.
Where like maybe it's focused on like Ted and Rebecca's like kids, or Rebecca's like stepdaughter now. Yeah. Where now they're kind of dealing with that sort of like age of like teenagers and puberty a little bit, and they got to deal with that challenge. Maybe as well as some like challenges and maybe like their relationships, Rebecca's relationship or something, you know, like maybe I don't know, because it's like I really don't want them to go back and be like, we need to win the title. I don't want that.
Seriously, if they do that, and I thought of that in the car yesterday, I was just driving, I was like, if they freaking do it where I agree, it will probably be a time jump, but if they do it where it's like, oh, they come back, they run it back, and they're like, there's only one man who can save us, and then they call Ted up over in Kansas to go win the title, it's like,
it's not,
just bring Arsenal the title. That's what we're focused on. That's what we need. I don't need Ted Lasso.
Keep Arsenal out of Richmond.
All right. But yeah, you guys get what I mean. It's like
it doesn't feel like this season 4 pickup doesn't feel like genuine, because again, if Ted or Jason felt like season 4 needed to happen, he would have said, like, we're going to have season 4 after this, no problem. Instead of, like, this is probably the end.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, he said that multiple times. He was like, season 2 was our Empire Strikes Back, and then season 3 was, like, the Return of the Jedi. And ended perfectly. It was good that they didn't win the title. It was like, they got their win at the end, they moved on, and then boom, you see the 3 managers at the end, and you're like, oh, I kind of like Nate now. It's just
like, what new challenges are they going to have outside of, like, obviously the Premier League title, but nobody wants that. I mean, you would assume maybe they have to add, like, with this time jump we're talking about possibly. I guess it's not confirmed at all. We're just freaking speculating. But maybe, like, they're just thinking about, like, maybe there's going to be new players at the club, maybe, that they're trying to deal with, like, new issues. You know, maybe, like, the old squad is kind of gone, most of them, and now you have, like, new players on the squad that's kind of, like, causing more drama, unique issues, you know? Like, that's kind of the only thing I can really think of as, like, maybe outside of, like, obviously I talked about the, like, father-son relationship. Like, that's kind of the only other thing I could, like, think about as, like, oh, this is, like, going to be the conflict in the show. Because what is the conflict going to be?
I mean, my main issue is, the more and more we keep talking about this, the more and more red flags.
Yeah, right?
Like, it's... Before I was like, oh, okay, and I was like, ugh. And now I'm just like, crap. Right. I think there could be a time jump. I think that it will drift away. I think it could very well drift away from, like, soccer overall.
That would be so interesting.
Yeah, and I know the main, like, story is not, like, really soccer. Is, like, more about the characters.
Yeah.
And the writing is phenomenal with the characters, but I think we're gonna... When you brought up, like, Rebecca's stepdaughter, it's like, it could seriously really start to drift away from actual, like, soccer winning the Premier League.
That's a great point, but, like, it doesn't have to be soccer. The whole show is based off, like, Ted Lasso used to be, like, a football coach. So, like, maybe this transition, like, American football, maybe this could be something where, like, he goes back to, like, American football, and, like, he tries to take what he learned in the UK and apply it to, America, which is maybe in American football, which is maybe a little more tough and gritty, and like it's less feely emotion. So maybe that's kind of like what he's going to be doing. I don't really like. Yeah, exactly. Because there's like again with this show, with how season 3 ended, like everyone had a wrap up. So there's nothing like really, unless you're coming back to win the Premier League, which would be a horrible idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is definitely mixed reaction. But I mean, regardless, we're gonna be excited.
We're gonna be excited for sure because I mean, I believe in the writers and I believe in Sudeikis, but do you think Rebecca is gonna? Is it going to be where Rebecca goes to the U.S. and
that would actually be kind of funny.
It would be funny, but it wouldn't be funny for like 2 episodes or 3 episodes.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me see how the NFL goes, how American football is.
Ooh, what are these men hitting each other, you know? Ooh,
yeah,
what is this cheeseburger, you know?
Right.
But yeah, no, I think, I think there's potential for ideas, but I think they're going to really have to go into like left field to figure this out, because the easy route, I feel like, is going to be the bad route of, like, you know, going back to UK.
Right. I mean, they got to really just flip this thing on its head.
They do. Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, are they just going to return a couple characters, and then they're just going to inject life with, like, new characters? Like, you know, like, it's going to be, like, 4 mains, like, with Roy, Rebecca, and Ted, and then you're just going to flood with a bunch of, like, old, but not old, bunch of new characters, maybe new players, new challenges, you know, I don't, I just don't know what they're gonna do, and it was weird, because it seems like season 3 took a while to come out, because it seems like I heard, like, there was a lot of, they took a long time to, write season 3, so I'm curious how long season 4 is going to take then to write and pump out.
I mean, the fact that it was just announced, I mean, we're looking at 26, 27, right?
It's got to be, right? Yeah, I don't
for
see.
sure. And at that point, it's been that would be like 4 years since season 3. That's, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous about it, guys. I'm a very optimistic person, but this one's really close to me, and I'm like, sometimes, even the spin-offs, I was like shooting them all down, but this is going to be like, this could be like season 4 Ted Lasso, but it's really like a spin-off thing.
Oh yeah,
you know, it's like a weird.
It's like a sequel to a movie, but then the main character is actually a side character. It's like a whole flippity flip, but then it's. I mean, it is a little worry. I mean, at this point, I mean, I don't think I was really like opposed to a spin-off show as long as they picked the right character. Like when they spun off like Better Call Saul off of Breaking Bad, like that was insane, really, really good. Yeah, but then like that's obviously true. If you pick the wrong character and you focus on the wrong things, then it's like, okay, why are we here? This seems like a cash cow move. I guess we'll see how much they milk this sucker, because I mean, again, like we said, this is probably Apple's most popular property they have, and I don't think Apple, I from last time I've heard, Apple isn't doing so great with the whole streaming business. So this is gonna be interesting. I mean, Apple owns more money than God, so like, what's like, you know, like, oh no, Apple TV Plus isn't working.
Got an Apple computer.
Not sponsored by Apple. We would love free Apple products. And let's be honest. I'll be an Apple shit. I don't care. This honestly smells of we need a new hit, and season 4 Ted Lasso is the hit. So
we'll see. Let us know in the comments, guys. I really want to hear from you, because I feel like it's very split. From what I've seen, people are like, "Oh yeah," and then other people are like, Why? Why? So let us know in the comments, and stay tuned for more awesome content.
Great. See you later.